Pickle is a character who's had some of the most impact on the entire Baki story. For example, he made Baki forget about Yujiro for a little bit. He also shared a sussy meal with the likes of Masashi Miyamoto. But the topic of today's video is, what does his return in the final chapter of Baki Dao 2018 mean for the future of the Baki story, namely Baki Rahen, the current ongoing manga, or the Jack arc. The first thing we noticed was Pickle's insane physique change, looking buffer than ever before. Man has definitely succeeded in his bulk, with us learning that he's been hunting various small-like animals in the middle of Tokyo for some time now, with the claim that he is a hunter who has completely adapted to the city environment, with there being more than enough wildlife for Pickle to consume here. However, something a little more important in my opinion is how Pickle's demeanor has changed quite a bit. We see him in two instances during the chapter smile at people and pretty much go on his way of hunting animals, which makes me believe the wild beast we once viewed Pickle as is no longer there. Pickle has changed. This means it's very possible that Pickle won't really have a need to fight, or won't actually pursue people to challenge them. For example, during the Yujiro and Baki climactic fight, Pickle knew something was going on and actually pulled up to be part of the fight. Yes, Baki was able to punch him and get him to understand that this isn't his fight, but the thing to note is that Pickle's instincts were pretty much forcing him to fight. Something else important to note is that Yujiro was actually interested in facing Pickle when he pulled up there. Yujiro, if I'm being honest, hasn't really had a proper fight against Pickle and has shown interest in facing him on multiple occasions. This has yet to actually occur in the series, so if Yujiro was to face him, that could also happen in the future of the story. Then when it comes to his Masashi fight, at first that was more so set up. Then the second instance, Pickle was starved and then he had that big crazy fight with Pickle, eventually running away. After that, we did get to see him sharing a meal with Masashi in the underground, which could be representing Pickle beginning to change after his fight against Masashi, or it could be just who Pickle is. If he isn't hungry, he doesn't have the desire to actually fight, but it's important to note, in his fight against Baki, we had a similar exchange, but we learned that Pickle does actually enjoy fighting, and that whole character thing about him was actually revealed. It's not 100% that he's just hungry and needs to hunt his opponent. He does actually enjoy it to some degree, and that was once again shown with Pickle pulling up during the Baki vs Yujiro fight, as previously mentioned. And now with his new reveal, I don't think it's likely the case we're going to see Pickle actually approach someone to fight. When it comes to the instance of Pickle and Jack being brought up of having a rematch, this is the context of the conversation. Motobe is talking about one's purity when it comes to the intentions towards a battle, and how when it comes to purity, you can take any person in the world and no one can really compare to the likes of Jack, with Gaia mentioning Pickle, which left Motobe stunned to some degree, claiming that he's more so a special case when it comes to the purity of battle, or you could say his existence being for battle, and of course the panel showing current Jack and current Pickle across from one another, which of course is hinting at them having a future match. As such, this leaves us with two paths Pickle could potentially take. He could bring forward his fighting instincts again, or pretty much his animalistic state where he needs to fight, or Pickle has actually changed since the Masashi fight, by the hand of Masashi potentially, as he was stunned beyond belief in the final moments of that fight, mainly due to seeing Masashi as this type of bug-like creature, but the fact that he ran into Motobe's hands for safety is still kinda crazy. And also considering the amount of impact Masashi had on the story as well, him damaging Pickle to such a degree he's actually changed, may be the case. Even in Baki Rahen chapter 1, we have Masashi getting brought up once again, multiple times throughout the Suma arc. He is another character who's impacted the story forever. If you haven't already, consider joining the Discord after today's video. 7,000 members of fighting manga enjoyers. Hopefully I'll see you there soon. Jack is currently calling out everyone as we know. He's already defeated the Sword Master. He's currently being set up to fight the Cord Cutter next, and then in Baki Dow he called out all these other fighters. Pickle wasn't part of the original call out list, as he was more so just calling out people in the arena itself, plus Yujiro, his overall goal of course. But considering Jack's defeats in the Pickle arc, 2 in a row against this beast, him wanting to fight Pickle again and have another go at giving him those bites is most likely a 1 from Jack. So if they were going to fight throughout this arc, Jack would definitely need to be the one to pull up on him or get the old man to capture Pickle and set him up for a fight. However, would Pickle be willing to actually fight Jack now, or is it possible he could actually just leave? That is something interesting that could happen. But let's say he does actually fight Jack. Do we expect it to go well for Pickle currently? Do we think Pickle is going to defeat Jack for the 3rd time and end pretty much Jack's arc completely before he even gets a chance to fight Yujiro or even Baki? Do you really think that's the case? To me, I don't think that's a possibility whatsoever. If Jack is going to fight Pickle before facing Baki or Yujiro, it's not going to go too well for Pickle. In the first time they faced one another, Jack was able to take out one of Pickle's ears. Since then, he's developed a whole martial art dedicated to the way of biting. Jack is more than willing to go for lethal shots. Thinking back to what Pickle did against him during their fight, considering, how much he smashed up his face, Jack going for the kill during this fight is most likely going to happen. Does this mean Pickle may actually die in the up and coming chapters of the Baki story? I think it's very possible. However, that would be unfortunate, and I would like to see Pickle fight some of the other main cast of characters he never really got a chance to face, namely people like Oliver or Hanma in an all-out fight. Hanma, we have confirmation that he's been kinda training to some degree, which has been confirmed by these panels during the Masashi arc, and Oliver pretty much got his ultimate downfall and then rise again after defeating Sukune in the rematch. These characters wanting to challenge Pickle would of course be absolute hype. However, will we get a chance to see that before Pickle is actually taken out by Jack and leaves the story forever? It's also important to note, there probably isn't an insane amount of time left for the Baki story, so if Pickle was to face someone again, it probably will only be Jack during this arc, which may be the end of him. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, let me know what you think down below. Do you think Pickle is going to defeat Jack? Do you think this will be the end of Pickle like I do? Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe for more Baki content. That's what I provide on the channel. Check out all the other stuff in the description. That's it guys. Peace.